Assalamualaikum and greetings IB to all. My name is Muhammad Nabil Fikri bin Sharifuddin from Group 9. Our group consists of 5 members, which is me, myself. Next, we have Muhammad Hakim, Muhammad Haikal, Maximus Maurice, and also Muhammad Adham. So, today me and my group will be presenting our research project regarding the relationship between Islam and science. I will start the presentation today by giving a slight brief of introduction regarding our topic. Next slide. Historically, the Arabs and Persians, who were interested in explaining the natural world around them, were the first to introduce the Greek scientific research method. From the 9th century on, many Muslim scholars traveled from one end of the empire to the other, carrying books and ideas, thereby ensuring what have some called the cultural and intellectual unity of the Islamic world. Since this time, countless Muslims from all over the world throughout the course of centuries have been involved in scientific development. Thus, this event has led to one of the greatest eras of Islam in the world, which is known as the Islamic Golden Age. So, what is exactly the Islamic Golden Age? The Islamic Golden Age, according to history, was a period of knowledge, of economic and also scientific flourishing in the history of Islam, dated from the 8th century to the 14th century. This period is thought to have started during the rule of well-known Abbasid Caliph, which is Harun al-Rashid, with the establishment of the House of Wisdom in Baghdad, which is the world's largest city at the time. Many Islamic scholars and polymaths from all over the world, with diverse cultural backgrounds, were tasked with gathering and translating all the known world classical knowledge. Besides, there were Muslims and scientists who were successfully introduced among the Muslims. For example, we have Jabir bin Hayyan, who found the existence of sulfuric acid, and we also have Ibn Sina, who the author of Canon Fitib, or known as the Canon of Medicine, and many more. So, it clearly shows that Islam and science has been long interconnected a long time ago. So next, we move to the objective of our research. There are three, which is to study the relation of Islam and science, and next to educate the significance of Islam and science, and lastly is to show and understand the better contribution of Islam in various science fields. So next, I will pass the floor to Maximus.
Okay, so my name is Maximus Maurice. Next slide. Now I'm going to talk about literature review. Next slide. Okay, so from literature review, we are going to talk about Islamic perspective of science and also the science of Quran. So in Islamic perspective of science, Islam suggests numerous techniques for human beings as they should utilize the intellect through the Quran as what the Quran has stated. The Quran that enjoins mankind to think, consider, remember, observe and take heed. Observation is in actual effect a very basic aspect of scientific thought. As a basis, scientific thought must incorporate the approaches outlined in the Quran. About science in Quran, the Quranic text is a central intellectual activity and area of debate in the Islamic tradition. Muslims have developed a suite of sciences around the Quran that are referred to collectively as Ulum al-Quran or as known as in English, the sciences of the Quran. Quran must be included in the literature evaluation process prior to conducting an experiment to inspire Muslims to take part in this research study by certain verses in the Quran and to beware of the cautions in the Quran about mankind's obligation not to damage or destroy. Next slide. The golden age of Islam and also the impacts of Islam towards science. In the golden age of Islam, there were individuals who lived scholarly and pious lives and have contributed much to in the name of Islam, such as Ibn Sina and Al-Biruni, who in addition to excellence in the study of religious texts, also excelled in mathematics, geography, astronomy, physics, chemistry and medicine. There are many more of them that have donated in the name of Islam to science. And Sina spent his entire life studying medicine, philosophy, and other sciences. And Al-Razi, who lived from 980 to 1037, also integrated human behavior ideas in his research. And he was a pioneer in the field of psychology, removing the Christian world's conceptions of demons and witchcraft linked with his ailments. The impacts of Islam towards science. In medical history, several Arab pioneers are recognized. Muslims established hospitals based on their clinical and surgical expertise and were vastly superior to those who existed outside of Islamic empire and were considered to be the foundations for modern hospitals. Muslims developed mathematical models, used a variety of innovative multiplication methods, contributed to the development of modern mathematics. So next I will pass to the one who's going to do research methodology.
Okay, chapter 3, research and methodology. Let me get forward. There are three ways that we do in our research design. Number one is online survey, and number two is our literature review. Our online survey is conducted by doing a survey using Google Forms, and our literature review is by searching for articles journal to find our materials for our literature review. Goals. Our goal is to encourage non-Muslims to answering the survey, and we must at least obtain 35 respondents for it. The number of sections in our survey are divided into two sections, which is section A, section B, and section C. Looking forward. In section A, we are searching for our demographic data and asking about their personal information of the respondents, such as gender, education background, and religion. Moving on to section B, we are providing quiz regarding Islam and science to test the knowledge of the participant about the correlation of Islam and science. And there are 6 multiple choice questions. And finally, in our section C, we provide comment and suggestion for our participants to express their opinions about our survey and research. Here are our sampling techniques. Our method is probability sampling methods, which is a simple random sampling, and it is defined as a method where the researchers select the sample from a larger population using a method based on the theory of probability. The advantages of our sampling technique is we are able to reduce sample bias, diverse our population, and get more accurate sample while saving a lot of times. We are moving on to the person who will read the chapter 4.
Assalamualaikum and greetings to everyone. So my name is Hakim and I will be explaining about the matters regarding the data analysis and finding. So the elements regarding the data analysis and finding will be presented to a video.
Assalamualaikum and greetings to all. For this video, we will be focused on the interpretation of data analysis and findings about our group research study, which is about Islam and science. For the first matter, an interpretation about demographic data will be made. Based on the observation of our survey results, it can be determined that most of the participants of the survey are Muslims, which upholds the percentage of 86.8%. Even though only the minor consists of non-Muslims, one of the survey objectives is fulfilled, which is to encourage non-Muslim community to involve in the research survey. On the other hand, the other interpretation that can be made are most of the participants are from undergraduate students, and most of them are males. Other findings that can be explained is about the method in section B, which is about the multi-choice question quiz. The results show that all the participants have high awareness about the correlation between Islamic and scientific knowledge. Most of them are able to identify the correct answer for each question that are provided in the survey, proving that how concrete is the truth of the Islamic knowledge which can be certified by science. The last findings that can be obtained from the research is that the participants are able to benefit from the responding of the survey, and they are totally enjoyed from answering it. This certifies that this research is significant as it is able to enhance the awareness of the society regarding the correlation between Islam and science. That's all from me. Thank you.
So we provided the slide which explain the findings which has been explained in the previous video just now. So the findings from our research regarding Islamic and science is the first one is the research state able to fulfill one of its minor goals, which is to instill knowledge of Islam and science among the non-Muslim as well. So the second one, all the respondents who involved in the survey was quite aware that the discovery of scientific knowledge from time to time has an absolute correlation with the knowledge of Islam as well. And the last findings that we got from this research is that the online survey has benefited respondents to learn something new about correlation of Islam towards the scientific knowledge in the current days. So the last part will be the conclusion part. So I will pass the floor to the Muhammad Adham.
Alright, thank you, Hakim. My name is Muhammad Adham, and I'll be presenting about the conclusion. So, in conclusion, it has been clearly shown that all the objectives of this group project has been achieved. The research study has clearly proved that there is a high correlation between Islam and science based on the achievements of Islam during the Islamic Golden Age. Besides that, this research study has also achieved all of its main objectives by educating the significance of Islam and science to many individuals. In addition, the study has shown people the contribution of Islam in various science fields and therefore helped them to understand it better. Next. Okay, however, there were some limitations during this research. One of them is the usage of online platforms to conduct surveys, which limits the number of respondents rather than face-to-face surveys. This is because when using online platforms, the participants usually have a choice whether to answer the survey or not. However, face-to-face, the respondents are more more suited and prefer to answer on the spot. Next, recommendation is to show a variety of contributions of Islam in various science fields to help people understand even better. This is because people have shown their understanding about the correlation between Islam and science. However, it is still lacking. Suggestion more implication of knowledge toward individuals regarding the correlation between Islam and science. This is so that people will be more aware about how Islam and science have developed over the years. That's all from me. Thank you.
With that, we end our presentation today. Thank you.